Okay, so here's another little story time. I had a bunch of windows open, and one of them was on Google Docs. I guess there was some sort of a memory leak or something, but that window had bloated to an obscene level of memory usage. I'm sorry, everyone. This is just a bit of a mess today, but nevertheless, we're having a good time. Welcome back, YouTube. Yeah, life, as many of the wise and learned sages of the history have told us, is suffering. And today we are encountering a little bit of suffering of a technical nature. So, will we prevail against these odds to create an awesome proto-phonology? I think our chances are pretty good. Let's scoot over to the side webcam and let's continue. All right, Proto-Tbæk. This is what we have so far. We have this three-way contrast in stops. We have p, p, b, t, t, d, k, k, but no g, because it perhaps has wandered down to become r. In terms of fricatives, we only have s and r so far. We may want to put in a h, I think, here. No affricates at the moment. Nasals, we have our three friends, m, n, ng. And now we need to work on approximants, taps, and trills. And I believe we wanted devoiced trills, as that was a desiderandum. All right, so if we're going to do devoiced, let's just have devoiced, let's put all of our sonorants. Let's have devoiced equivalents of all of our sonorants, shall we? Ma, ma, na. It's a bit hard to say these. Na, and ha. I don't know if you can even hear those, but there they are, nevertheless. And we can have these go in all sorts of different directions. Taps and trills. We had a request for a ra and a r. So those are going in. I think we probably want a w and a hwa as well. And why not also put in a y and a h? This is going to be pretty unstable. It's going to be awesome. There we go. Friends, what do we think? Oh, I see Queen is spamming affricates. Interesting. Okay, I dig that. F, s, and k. All right. So this is a respectable inventory here. It's quite wacky, but that's why we love it. I'm just wondering if we should leave this gap here, this g gap, and fill it with this voiced, this requested Dutch G, or if we should keep them both. I kind of like this gap. We have p and pf. We have p, p, pf. Yeah, I wonder what the story is with this language. Okay, we're leaving the gap. I see a lot of love for the gap. So this is an interesting consonant inventory. Let's work on some vowels, shall we? So vowels, high, mid, low. Please respond. Front, central, back. The good friends that we've made over the years. Ugh. Okay. We are going to need to put in, I think, a. I think that's just necessary. So let's get e and u in there. Let's get a, and I think maybe we should get ah in as well. So we have this truly symmetrical system. And then I see, yeah, Quain, nice. Front rounded vowels. Okay, let's do it. E. I think we should be maximalist in this language. I think that's just appropriate. E, o, and a schwa. I'm seeing a request for it. I always honor requests for schwa. Okay. So this is pretty nice. I, U, E, Ö, A, U, O, A, And maybe we could also get in some of the low mid and where is it? And o, because we haven't played a lot with them in this world yet. So o. That's kind of nice. And don't ask me why, but I kind of have a hatred for these mid-high vowels. This I don't know why. I just don't like them. I don't like them very much. I know I speak a language with them, but maybe that's why. Familiarity breeds contempt, something like that. So if we have this, what kind of syllable structure do we need? I think we need something kind of obscene. Maybe one of these. CCC, VCCC. So we could do something like, let me select it, please. Psre, psre. And let's have these purely obey the sonority hierarchy. So, psren, psren, psrenht. You know, just a normal word. Psrenht. Okay. Wait. I've missed some things. Make it CC, C, VV, CCC. So essentially, this is allowing diphthongs in the pain. Diphthongs or long vowels. I suppose we could also have long vowels. We haven't discussed that yet. So psreinht. Psreinht. This is tough. Psrei. Maybe I'll do psrail. Psrailnt. 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 Weird. Yeah, NH is uncomfortably close to this. Nah. Psrehnt. Dangerously close. Okay. Give me a... Oh yeah, there's no L, is there? I think we should have one. Shouldn't we have one? We should have one. I'm just going to put the Y into dorsal. Let's give ourselves an L. Okay, something like this. And let's... So we're just assuming that we can have diphthongs, and maybe even triphthongs I saw in the chat. Triphthongs, do we want triphthongs? Let's give ourselves some constraints on what kind of diphthongs we can have. So one thing that's pretty common is to have your diphthongs sort of fleeing to the center. So you can have, say you're allowed to start on anything, but you have to end in E or U. That's a pretty common thing. Or maybe you have, so we could then have something like A. Wouldn't it be crazy to contrast, well, not crazy, but to contrast A and A and A? I think that's kind of fun. And we could do oi and oi. Psreilt. Psreilt. So this is Proto-Tbæk. So our diphthongs are anything goes as long as you end in U or E. I think that's a good rule. So that means, echo, that ow could be a diphthong. Ow, ow. Although we have to then figure out what kind of vowel harmony we're going to have, because we were promised vowel harmony. So it looks like we could have, yeah, we could have front back harmony. That's certainly, that'll work. So in that case, then we, diphthongs, it all depends on how we want to handle this harmony. If we could, do we want the diphthongs themselves to be harmonic? So in that case, we wouldn't have oi, because that would be going from back to front. If we have front-back harmony and the diphthongs have to be harmonic, then we can't have oi. We'd have to have o. Front to back. It's a sign. It's a sign. Front to back. Okay. So let's do it. So anything goes as long as you end in u or e and are harmonic. We have front-back harmony. I'm going to put in a lull there. We have I'll just write it like that. Front-back harmony. And did we promise anything else? Clusters. Breathy voice stops. Constant mutation. D voice trills. So check. Promise made, promise kept. Promise made, promise kept. Promise made, promise kept. Promise made, promise kept. All right, so constant mutation and polypersonal agreement, but these are morphological, so we will get into that in a bit. But look at this. I think this is a beautiful inventory. So now that we have this done, let's try to work backwards from knowing that we have to come up with this system. Let's work backwards from Biirai to Proto-Biirai-Tbæk and then forwards. I think that's the idea. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So U, E, or E. All right. So this is going to be very different from Biirai. Yeah, Jack. This is very different from Biirai's phonology. So how are we going to get between them? Let's keep Proto-Tbæk up here. Let's open up another Biirai sheet. We're having fun. The hideous blue background. Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, we need to figure out how to get from this to this. Or rather, to get from Biirai up to Proto-Biirai-Tbæk and then forward to Proto-Tbæk. So, let's do this in the context of a specific word. Let's use Biirai as our first example, obviously. So Biirai, how are we going to reconstruct this? How is it going to appear in Biirai, in Proto-Tbæk? Okay, what is it going to be? No, that's too far. That's too far of a jump. We need to just go back one thing. So let's say, how to proceed with this? I'm not totally sure. I almost want to Taga. I think this is the answer, as Tbæk. So Biirai and Tbæk are cognates. How are we going to make that happen? I know that there was an idea. Whoever put that in the chat, a derivation from Biirai to Tbæk. I'd be very curious to see that again. Let's make Biirai and Tbæk cognates. Okay, so Tbæk. This is what we're trying to evolve. So I think I saw a suggestion to make t as some sort of morphological element. So then this gets a bit easier. So we're trying to get from Biirai up to this magical thing, which will give us Tbæk. Maybe Biirai. Cicinho, nice. Tbæk, Tbæk, Biirai, Biirai. Tbæk. I like that idea. Let me try something. See what you think about this, because I had an idea. I think that the long vowels in Biirai might have some sort of an origin. What if we had something like Biirai, or Biirai? Yeah, let's make it a glottal stop. Biirai. And then it drops out and gives compensatory lengthening to the vowel before it. And then this is actually some sort of a compound. So before it's Biirai. And then this beak goes back to something like this. So we might have some sort of a chain shift that gives us the breathy voiced stops in Proto-Tbæk. So we get back, and then back and beak. Wondering what the vowel should be. Maybe something like Beck. And that could do it. So maybe that's the answer, where the T is just morphology and the Rai is just morphology. That's got some potential. And so our Proto-Biirai-Tbæk word is Beck. I see the chat has some suggestions along the lines of Armenian. The duo to Yerku moment. Bitach. All right, let's try that. Let's try the Bitach version. So this is one potential thing. Let's see another one. So Bitach, was it? So then Bitach, Bitai. Bitach, Bitai. And then we get some sort of a flapping style thing going on here. Biirai, and then lengthening in open syllables to give us Biirai. And then on the other end, sorry, I think I may have lost. Oh yeah, okay. Here it is, Bitach. This is Elijah's suggestion. This isn't my work. I'm just making it so that everyone can see it. So Bitach, and then we get fortition, Bitak. And then we get Bitak, Tbæk, Tbæk. Okay, this is another cool suggestion. So this is courtesy of Elijah. This is my attempt. Beck. I like this idea that Jack's put in. What if ba is actually ancestral? Some real Proto-Indo-European vibes here. And that's what lengthens the vowel. Interesting. Breathy voice lengthening a vowel. I'm not sure. I'm not up on my phonetics enough to understand whether that would be the case. But let's see. What would that end up looking like? So how does this get us our... Oh, I think I've run out of space. So how does this get us our Tbæk and Biirai? Is it true? Do breathy voices lengthen vowels in any languages anyone else is familiar with? I know that there is a tonal development in Punjabi, I think. Other than that, I don't know. Biirai, Tbæk. Yeah, my brain is blank on how this might work. But I saw a suggestion in the chat too. Who was it? Quain. That instead of having fortition of Bitach into Bitak, that we could just have Proto-Biirai and have Bitach go into Bitai. So Bitak, Bitach, Bitai. And then Proto-Tbæk is actually much more, much fewer steps. Well, unless you count something along these lines. Elijah, feet, Quain. That works. I like this. I like this reconstruction. Bitak. Tbæk. All right, let's see what else we can do. I like this reconstruction, I think, better than my own. We will be going for another half hour, roughly. Actually, that puts in a good moment for me to do a little cut. Sorry, things have been very chaotic this stream, but I think we were having some fun, so it makes it all worthwhile. YouTube, we will be back to do more of this silliness soon. So we will see you next time.